kind of tongue-in-cheek, veering onto that level of B-movie kind of style horror movie, especially with the '80s twist to it. We got that amazing music, that synth-heavy music, as some really grotesque things are happening, and that cheekiness that comes from the level of cheese from '80s is so fun and so playful, and I think that they dealt with that balance between the humor and being genuinely scary, wonderfully, especially the moment when he swoops on in the thick of it with the missing beer. Brilliant, perfection. I thought everybody seemed to be living in the same world, and they sold it with their performances.
Appreciation for 80s, I think, style horror pieces, and I thought it had a really great sort of reflection of the influences of that genre while trying to sort of put a modern twist on it. I thought that the dynamics between the leads had a surprising level of humor that was typical for this type of genre, and I thought that the piece had a good blend of its sci-fi, horror, humor elements in a way that worked quite well, especially in a short amount of time. And I thought they used the set pieces towards the end in a way that gave this piece a good sense of scale and a good sense of urgency, especially since they basically condensed what is normally sort of a full feature film horror conceit into like 10 minutes. So I thought it worked well in sort of condensing the approach and making it effective in that amount of time.
I think it was a fun take on zombie thrillers. I think the way that you handle how these creepers interact with normal humans is really interesting. I think you do it in a way that is I want to say like there's like a feminist undertone watching some of the female characters interact with them and see how that happens. I think the acting is great. I think tonally there's like an eerie feeling about all of this. It's really interesting to watch, and it comes together to be a really succinct and enthralling piece.
I couldn't tell if it was more of a music video or a short horror film. Um, it could definitely go either way. And I thought that the makeup and the premise was cool in terms of using limited lighting to have fun with the shapes lurking in the shadows for the premise.
I enjoy this colorful 80s synthwave vibe that's happening here. It's a play on horror, it's a play on internet dating and coming across creepers, and kind of this predatory thing is happening here. All of the villains in the scenario happen to be men. And the final girl, we kind of get to see this nice stunt coordinating movement of choreography as she takes out each of these vampire supernatural type entities here. The funny bit in all of this is her friend who ends up forgetting the beer that leads her into this predicament in the first place. It's really funny to kind of see him drive through the scene as all of this is going down, just holding on to the beer. Even he gets to have this task fulfilled. Here's a need that he needed to complete, and he did complete it as well.
It had me on the edge in the beginning because it had me feeling like this is kind of like a Jeepers Creepers type film. What's going to happen? I was really excited. And I liked the fun music. And it was really, when she got dropped off by herself, you're like, how could you do this? And then she got dropped off. At one point, the music started feeling more like a music video, the whole thing. It was a fun ride. I liked watching this a lot. I thought the acting was good, the camera work, cinematography and all of that.